ओके, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। सो टॉम जोन्स जो है बाय हेनरी फील्डिंग, इसकी करैक्टर लिस्ट स्टार्ट की हुई थी। मैंने कहा था इसकी करैक्टर लिस्ट जो है वो 2 पार्ट में करेंगे क्योंकि इसकी काफ़ी लंबी करैक्टर लिस्ट थी। सो हेनरी फील्डिंग का एक नावल जो है जोसेफ एंड्रयूज, उसको कंप्लीट कर लिया है। ये दूसरा नावल हमने स्टार्ट किया हुआ है, टॉम जोन्स। हाफ करैक्टर लिस्ट कल इसकी कवर कर ली थी, हाफ आज करेंगे। नेक्स्ट हमारे पास जो करैक्टर है वो है हैरियट फिट्जपैट्रिक। हैरियट फिट्जपैट्रिक इज Sophia's cousin and the wife of Mr. Fitzpatrick. Pretty and charming, she is not selfish and contrives against Sophia in order to improve her relation with Squire Western and Mrs. Western. Mr. Fitzpatrick Mr. Fitzpatrick is a rash Irishman whom Harriet cast in the light of an augury. Augury मतलब monster, chasing her across the countryside. Fitzpatrick become admirable, however, when he admits to initiating the duel with Tom at the end of the novel. Mr. Dowling Mr. Dowling is a shrewd, shifty lawyer who becomes a friend of Blifil, always operating out of expediency. When Dowling realizes that Blifil will not be able to reward him for his efforts, he defects to Tom and Alworthy's side. Mrs. Miller Mrs. Miller is a faithful friend of Tom and the most caring and concerned of mothers to Nancy and Betty. Frosty and active, Mrs. Miller carries through on her promises and becomes Tom's biggest advocate to Alworthy. She is trusting and loyal. Nightingale, although a foppish city gentleman, possesses the laudable trait of loyalty and compassion, although not always in affairs of love. It takes a little time for Tom to convince Nightingale not to abandon Nancy, since Nightingale is caught up in his image in London. To his credit, Nightingale transforms and follows Tom's principle and of honor that is fulfilling verbal commitment. Lord Falmer is a suitor of Sophia who, though he has a conscience, easily allows himself to be manipulated by Lady Bellaston. Squire is a philosopher who lives with Alworthy. He justifies his questionable behavior, such as making love to Molly Seagrim, by contorting his philosophical notions. Squire, although a foil to Thwackum, is always sinister, and the indeed Squire virtuous transformation at the end of the novel allows Alworthy to forgive Tom. Thwackum is the vicious tutor of Blifil and Tom, who constantly beats Tom and prizes Blifil. Thwackum, who claims to value religion above all else, seeks only his own good. Molly Seagrim is the daughter of Black George, who seduces Tom. Feisty and aggressive, Molly enjoys the company of men and fights fiercely for her rights. Black George is the servant who is favored by Tom, although of dubious moral tenacity. Black George steals and lies. Black George's loyalty to and love of John nevertheless emerges. Nancy Miller is the daughter of Mrs. Miller, who becomes Nightingale's wife. Narrator. The ironic, instructive narrator can be assumed to be Fielding himself, since he reflects on his process of creating Tom Jones. ओके, टॉम जोन्स की करैक्टर लिस्ट जो है वो कंप्लीट हो गई है। कल इसकी इंशाल्लाह समरी करेंगे। ओके, अल्लाह हाफिज़।